Yo, what's up, everybody? Yo, it's MK. You feel me? MK for the community. MK Music, whatever you want to call me. I'm with my bro Omar. You feel me?
What's up, bro?
And he's gonna be my cameraman for today. You feel me? We're heading to the council meeting tonight in Quakertown. You know what I'm saying? As y'all have been seeing, the chief of police himself, Scott Mcelree, you know, he jumped into a group of high school students to try to stop a protest, you feel me? And what does he end up doing? Ends up grabbing a little girl, holds her in a chokehold, you feel me? And guess what happens to him? All the students start jumping him. How embarrassing, right? What an embarrassing human being. Right now we're heading to the council meeting, you feel me? It's February 23rd. And basically people are gonna speak their mind, you know? They're gonna have their voice to be heard, I hope. You know what I'm saying? I hope to God that that's what we're able to do. Because this guy deserves to get fired, you know? This guy deserves, you know, as much prosecution as possible. He deserves to be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law, you know, for what he did. Because at the end of the day, like, what kind of person attacks minors, you feel me? And if that's like,
loser, bro.
Yeah, exactly, bro. And if that's the way that you need to subdue children and to keep them and to, like, make them do what you want, then clearly something's wrong with you, and you probably have touched children in the past, you feel me? So, I hope this guy, you know what I'm saying, I hope everybody gets what they need out. I hope we have some educated people there on the law as well, so, you know, we can genuinely point out everything that is wrong with what he did. But y'all seen the videos probably. I've been posting it all over my Instagram and everything. So, yeah, stay tuned, yo. Look at everybody, bro. Look how many people are here for y'all, you feel me?
Yeah.
Like, it's really important, you know what I'm saying? Because this kind of stuff, can't stand for it, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just hope, you know what I'm saying, everybody can get their voices heard. I'm saying I hope justice is served in the way that it should be. And most importantly, I hope that everybody's safe, you feel me? Because it's peace before everything, you know? But it's really cold outside, so we're doing a lot to get this footage for y'all.
Yeah.
But yeah. Look at all that. Unfortunately, we're not residents of Quakertown, so we don't get first dibs. So we kind of have to just stand out here. And, you know, neither of us is very prepared for this type of weather. But you feel me? You do what you got to do for justice, you feel me?
Yep.
And you do what you got to do for humanity. We're not going back down. I mean, can you imagine what it's like for people in Minneapolis? I'm saying it's probably way worse. You know, they had to be outside every night, every day. Thank you. Oh, hand warmers, bro. Thank you so much.
Thank
See,
you.
came in clutch. Look.
Yeah, they came up.
Kind lady gave us some hand warmers. You feel me? Definitely gonna come in handy since we're gonna be out here for a minute. Because unfortunately, we're not Quakertown residents. But yeah, let's take a video of the night. Look at this. Here we are, outside in Quakertown. Gotta keep in mind that, you know, we came from Allentown. Me and my cameraman right here. You feel me? So, you know, it's a pretty deep drive, but, you know, you do what you got to do. And I'm just happy that I could be outside here for, and I'm just happy at the end of the day I could be outside. And I'm just happy at the end of the day I could be outside here for justice, you feel me? No matter how cold it is, no matter the weather, you feel me? But yeah. Maybe I should flip it this way? Oh, no. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Alright, go ahead. So we're outside the Quakertown Police Department, you feel me? Apparently way too many people are in the main one. All Quakertown residents, but, you know, we're not residents, you know, we're just random people. So take your moving finger, you know.
Oh, shit.
We're not residents, we're outsiders, you feel me? Foreigners, so we gotta go watch the live stream, whatever, bro. I'm just playing. But, yeah, I guess we'll see how it goes. You see?
High school. Do I have to give my full address?
She just said that her daughter is a student at Quakertown High School.
18955 representing. I'd like to know how these three topics are more important than the safety of our students and the freedom. Are you serious?
Oh my God.
No way the audio could have.
No, you get it at the end of the comments.
Oh,
Thank you.
okay. Thank you for hearing. that little bit. Thank you.
Bruh.
And began to assault a young 15-year-old who was not can be present in many of the photos that have been shared online, but equally as important to be shared around by everybody. I remember having to leave the situation pretty soon after it started because of imminent danger and run away to my friend's house because I did not feel safe to go to my house, which is further in the direction that the police were. And I remember being very afraid at the time that everything was happening. That is just simply not okay in any regard. I do not feel very safe going back to school tomorrow. I do not feel safe having to walk to school tomorrow because my house is in walking distance to school. I do not feel like I feel safe walking back home from there. I do not feel like many of my friends are safe in the position that they are in. And I feel that everybody who was arrested at the scene should be released to their parents immediately, if that's possible. My sister currently is pregnant with a small child who's going to be born very soon, and he is going to go to school in this district. And I do not feel that he will be safe going to school if the police are still, if the chief of police is still out there. And in addition to the chief, I believe that every police officer that was present on the scene that day should be investigated as to their involvement at the scene. Because you can see in many videos and eyewitness accounts that the police were not making much of any attempt to remove the grown man who were not aware of the police chief from the child that he was trying to.
There was one man that was trying to help and he got arrested too. Exactly.
Around by police officers and arrested at the scene, which is not an okay thing at all. But police officers do much less the chief of police, and they, at the very least, should be investigated in addition to the chief of their actions. And so I believe that the whole reaction by not only the borough, but by the police force and by the school board is entirely acceptable. There have been multiple statements released by the school, at least I'm aware of, that have been calling students delinquents, saying that they were throwing snowballs at cars, that they were not moving the trash cans being in the street. I was personally there and not for this one snowball being thrown. There were students somewhat in the street, but not too near to the extent that they were trying to comply. Most of what has been said against the students is entirely untrue. And if it is true, it is to a much lesser extent than they are trying to comply. And I believe the school should also be held accountable for just blatantly lying about the actions that happened on that day, and the police should be held accountable for
from the mouths
their
of
statements. Everything that happened that day is not okay in the slightest, and everybody who was involved in that needs to be held accountable immediately, and the students need to be released immediately. Thank you.
There's not much that I think any of us can say that hasn't been better articulated by people who spoke for us.
But this guy's headed in the way.
That we wanted to stand up here and say that we stand for our son completely and proud of him for what he did, exercising his civil rights.
Yeah, you're good right now.
Anybody who may disagree with us, where the ideas that we were spreading were sequestered away into a back corner. We had to move out onto the road against the wishes of the borough to make sure our voices were heard. That is insanity. That is insane that we have to consistently move ahead against the wishes of the people in power because they do not want to hear our voices. How could you possibly have any sort of logical sense that anything of what you've done is okay? That anything that happened here was okay? That having a police chief was okay? That there could be a person folded over a potted plant outside of a diner? That is disgusting. Everything about this is disgusting. Everything about it is
Catherine Croft. I live at 111 South Main Street, right below my family. I was at home when my brother came home. Desiree Craft. I was at home when my brother came home Friday after protests, and he explained to me what happened. And I was very scared for him, and I was very scared for my family. It's very disappointing to see that the chief of police thinks it's okay to put his hands on children who are doing nothing and provoking no one. I used to pride myself in this school district, and I was very excited for my child to be a part of such a good school district. And now I question that pride. I question this school district, and I question this community as far as you guys handling exactly what needs to be done to release these children, to give these adults the punishment that is deserved. How am I supposed to expect my child to grow up in this community safe if you guys can't accept that this person did wrong and he deserves to be punished? Along with anybody else who's a part of this who did not act and do accordingly to what needed to be done. It is sad, it is scary, and to be honest, it's deplorable. I think that not only Scott Mcelree should be fired, I think he should be charged. Yeah. He's an adult and he puts hands on minors. When is that ever okay? It's sad and it's terrifying, and frankly, I will stand here day in and day out and scream until I no longer have air in my lungs until you guys do something about this. Not just for urban children, but for you.
What's that?
Can't hear nothing. Someone needs to fix the mic.
I know that